sugarcoat them. You got to go in there. And I feel like that's been part of my big learning, and I know yours too over the last few years, is like acknowledging how hard it is.
And it's interesting because I even heard myself using the word hard, and there was a part of me that's like, oh, is that the best word to use? And it's like, no, there's moments when it's hard. It just is. And then there's moments when it's amazing. And it's the key in the hard moment is to remember that it will be amazing.
Yeah.
And then when it's amazing to
enjoy it, because it may not last. Okay.
Right.
Welcome back, superstar. I'm here chatting with LeeAnn Marie Webster. She is the creator of the one-woman show, Fancy Meeting Me Here. She's a motivational speaker, a mentor, and like me, has been an entrepreneur for many years. And what we're here to discuss is the entrepreneur journey in all its glory. So let's start. This is more, instead of me interviewing you or you interview me, like this is more of a conversation. Yeah. Let's say I'd like to frame it that way. So I guess the question, I know my entrepreneur journey, it's been 15 years now, and it's been punctuated by these really intense and dramatic breakdowns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, what's your entrepreneur journey been like?
Very similar, and this is my second entrepreneur journey. So this current business I've had for 10 and a half, almost 11 years. And then, 20 years ago, I had another entrepreneur journey that lasted about 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both have a story like that. I don't know if I've ever told you my round one of being an entrepreneur.
No, I don't even know that.
Tell you about that later. Right now, what is it that you do? And then I want to take a trip down memory lane and hear about that other story.
Okay. Right now, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm the creator of my show, Fancy Meeting Me Here. And I work with clients on, I call it the no regrets formula. So it's life transformation, how to live a life with no regrets.
Yeah. No regrets.
No regrets.
Okay, so then what was this story, what was the entrepreneur journey before?
Well, my first business that I did on my own was, it started as a just singles company, like doing social events for singles. And then it morphed into the largest speed dating company in Southern California.
Oh, wow.
And I actually was the first person to do speed dating outside of the Jewish community.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for the resume. Now tell us, what did you, being an entrepreneur twice, that original journey, what did you learn? Like, what went wrong? Because you're not doing it anymore.
I don't have enough time. Well, in that one, I had a business partner. So,
I did that too.
Talked about a lot of things with, the boundaries and the relationships. And when I look back at that journey now, who I am today would run that business very differently, would pick a different business partner, would interact with that business partner differently. And what ultimately broke us up was we had very different visions for what was probable and possible with the business.
Right. You probably were the big visionary, weren't you?
Yes, and she had her vision, but she didn't know. Now I know wealth dynamics. She's a total star.
Oh.
And so here's me, creator, mechanic, star. She was probably like star.
Okay.
So we didn't have anyone.
Oh, yeah. You were missing a whole big piece of the puzzle.
Totally.
You had all creator, all that. And you had star, which probably felt like it wasn't getting expressed because she was such a star, I'm guessing.
1,000 times, yes.
Yeah.
And I also was, at the beginning, I was like, hey, I'll set up the process. I'll do more and more mechanic-y. You can be the star, and then I'm going to come and want to be the star too.
Right.
And she was like, yeah.
Okay.
When that happened, that was rough.
Yeah.
But I think, when I think about both of the journeys and that I'm currently on, and I'm sure this may resonate with you. I had a dream one time during that first version, and in this dream, I was on this tall canyon wall, if you think about a Grand Canyon wall, something like that, and I was on this ledge that was this big, and I was body towards the thing, and I'm inching up, and then I get to the plateau, and when I saw over that, there was a pool and lounge chairs and and cocktails, and it was and I got up to the top of it, and it was whoa, I've arrived. And then I looked down at what I had just scaled, and I had this intense feeling of, if I would have known how hard that was going to be, I would have never done that.
Wow.
But I was so glad with where I ended up. And I feel like the entrepreneur journey is like that. Like if you get,
oh yes, that's so true.
you know, you get caught up in like the, you know, how hard is it? Or I mean, it's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
Or it can feel that way. Well, I want to, you know, be careful that we're using that term because I know you know, like, yeah, it is hard. And there has to be compassion for and empathy for those moments.
For sure.
Like you can't, you know, sugarcoat them. You got to go in there. And I feel like that's been part of my big learning. And I know yours too over the last few years is like acknowledging how hard it is. And also like the greatest transformations of my life have come as a result of being a business owner.
1,000 times, yes.
Right? Like who I be is a very different person. As you said, like if you went back, you would do that relationship differently, that business differently. Ditto. Yeah. Ditto. And there are, what do you call them? Like eggs that I broke, you know?
Right.
That I'm sad about because of the way I operated before I knew, you know? And I'll, what did they say? When you know better, you do better.
You do better. Yeah.
So I wanted to be careful, but and to acknowledge the truth of it, and also to share, like, you know, it's with everything. There's this, you know, there's this paradox. Yeah. It's super hard. And wow, when you got to that pool and that dream, didn't it feel great?
And we have days like that. I mean, that's what I think, that's part of the fun of the journey. Yeah. Part of the fun of the journey is having those moments where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then having sometimes the next hour, the journey of like, oh my God, I get to do this. Yeah.
We like the roller coaster. Yes. We like the roller coaster. Yeah. It's funny, is I'm reading this book. We'll talk about books a little later called Existential Kink, which I've told you about. And it's sort of like part of the message of the book is to really embrace and take pleasure in that which you create. In other words, like, it's a roller coaster. What if I embrace that instead of, it's kind of like your story from before, like your self-talk. What if we embrace the roller coaster, embrace that it's an exciting journey, and really relate to it as exciting rather than relating to it as hard. Right. Even though when it feels hard, and you got to acknowledge that it feels hard. You can't be like, oh, it feels hard, but it's a beautiful day. Right. You know, it's like, no, it doesn't work that way, right? Yeah.
And it's interesting because I even heard myself using the word hard, and then there was a part of me that's like, oh, is that the best word to use? And it's like, no, there's moments when it's hard. It just is. And then there's moments when it's amazing. And it's the key in the hard moment is to remember that it will be amazing. Yeah. And then when it's amazing to
enjoy it because it, you know, may not last. Okay.
Right. You know? But that's it.
Thanks, LeeAnn. All right. So if you're here watching this video and you're on the entrepreneur journey of your own and you're a speaker, author, coach, consultant, someone who wants to grow and scale their business while honoring your heart, your soul, your alignment, then let's connect. LeeAnn has been to my business breakthrough retreat, 15, 20, maybe 25 times. I don't know. She knows how amazing it is. And this is where we support you in developing your vision and your plan and helping you uplift. So if you want to learn more about that, go to superstaractivator.com/go, and you can go down a little bit of a rabbit hole to find out if it makes sense for us to chat. Be the mirror to reflect back with love, because that's tough to be mentored. Totally. People talk about how tough it is to be a mentor. It's also tough to get mentored, to be coached.
Because there's inherent in that relationship needs to be a willingness to really look at yourself and the role that you're playing in all of it, and because you can't. A good coach or mentor won't let you get away with saying that person did that to me, or this person caused this, or and not let you take responsibility for what you're bringing to the table and how you're responding to it,
how you're showing up to it.
Yeah.